LDBC, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live. You know what? I think Jameis Winston needs the help of the coach, and that's just the way that is. You see, Jameis Winston now has joined a fraternity of black athletes that they're being villainized by the media. And, I really get so sick of it. You got Tyron Woodley, being villainized. You got Deontay Wilder. You got Errol Spence Jr. Okay, you got Keith Thurman, who's villainized by the media at times. I mean, you have these athletes. You got Richard Sherman. Now it's Jameis Winston. He's being villainized by the media. And this guy did a good thing. See, the thing of it is, I think media and people, they don't understand how to deal with young boys. Especially young black boys. They don't know how to deal with them. Jameis Winston knows how to deal with them. But I'm just saying, media, period, society, they don't understand how you deal with young black boys. You don't deal with young black boys. You don't deal with them the same way you deal with a lot of other kids. You just don't. Because the cultural environment is a lot different. See, a lot of these young boys, they're not used to having a father around. Because, see, Jameis Winston said exactly what a boy's father would say. You better not let that girl go out there and beat you. Folks, stop it. If we're trying to actually say that your dad didn't tell you that, look, I noticed that you're going to get, hey, don't you let that girl beat you. Many fathers say this. And you know why the fathers say that? Because we as men, we know that men, we're head of the household. That's what it should be. Men are supposed to be head of the household. The women are not supposed to wear the pants in the house. If they did, then they would be the dominant species. I mean, think about it. What do you think happens, guys, when you have the woman running the household? Women are emotional. They're supposed to be the nurturers. That's what they're supposed to be. I'm not saying women can't be tough in their own right, because you have to be. You have to be tough to get through a lot of stuff in life. But, I mean, women are emotional. They're very emotional. And men, most of the time, most men now, most grown men. I'm not talking about some of these, emotional dudes that be in the comments. I'm not talking about them. But I'm talking about, like, truly real grown men. They're not going to make decisions based off an emotion. Like, women, notice them that they'll spend money sporadically. They'll do it sporadically, but they'll do it based off a feeling they get about something that they really want. But men, we're going to look at the price of what it costs before we go spend $300 on something. I know I do. I just don't go and spend $300 on something unless there's a reason. But see, a woman, sometimes they won't do that. They'll spend the money knowing that they got, to pay their rent or to pay their mortgage. They'll do it. Folks, that's just how it is. I'm going to keep it real. But see, now, you got Stephen A. Smith, okay? See, Max Kellerman, he seemed to understand what was going on. And Max, in my opinion, was like, okay, it's not that big a deal. I mean, I understood what he was saying. It's not that big a deal. But no. See, you got the king wizard of tap dancing fools to come on here and actually give you his opinion. He couldn't just let it go. Nah. He couldn't let it go. He couldn't just say, well, we understood. He did say, I understand what Jameis Winston was saying and his heart was in the right place. Well, if you know that, then why throw this man under the bus? Why? What is the reason in throwing this man under the bus? What reason? I'm finna show y'all what reason. See, you guys remember when the Stephen A. Smith got suspended. You remember that? And you had all these feminist groups on his behind. I want y'all to listen to this clip, okay? Listen to it. Because you're finna hear the real reason why Stephen A. Smith decided to throw Jameis Winston under the bus. Here it goes.
All right, first of all, we didn't see what preceded. We didn't see what led up to that moment. Had it been the case that, I don't know, that he asked them the rule and they made noise and he heard the girls' voices and not the boys' voices and felt he needed to exhort the boys, that changes it a little bit. It seems to me that Jameis here is trying to exhort the boys to make more noise by appealing to a gender stereotype. Not so much, the intention wasn't to insult the girls, but to tell the boys that you're supposed to be loud. Boys are supposed to be loud. And it was clumsily put.
He apologized because he needed to. It was.
Now you have to excuse me. Some of the comments might repeat himself. But now you can hear Max Kellerman saying, okay, it was clumsily put, but I understand what he was saying. Okay? I understand what he was saying. Max Kellerman understood completely exactly what Jameis Winston was talking about. He knew. But now you get this fool. You get this fool right here who got his receding hairline that he got a receding hairline that, man, that thing go to his ears. I mean, that thing go to the back of his neck. And he wants to come on here now and completely just, oh, okay, well, let's really go ahead. Because, see, now let's look at why Stephen A. Smith said these things. Let's take a listen. We know why, but I'm going to prove it to you.
Apologize because he needed to. It was a poor choice of words. It was wrong for him to say. And we live in a society, particularly if you're in the National Football League, with some of the problems that it's had to endure over the last several years, where there's a heightened level of sensitivity that you simply have to have. Everything doesn't have to be domestic violence of the physical nature for you to do something wrong to a woman. Yes, hitting a woman is wrong, but you can also treat a woman very wrong. You can also minimize her in such a way that's disrespectful and dismissive of her. And women and various women groups and others have taught us throughout the years, if our families hadn't taught us before then.
Okay, did y'all hear that? You see, various women groups throughout time has taught us. No, they taught you. See, they taught you when they got your ass suspended, okay? They taught you. See, this is for yourself. So now you've got to look good in these women's groups' eyes now, Stephen A. Smith. You can't get nothing over on the LDBC. We're going to stay on your neck. And we're going to stay on top of your hairline until you grow another one. We're going to stay on top of you. This was for you. You see, these women's groups, they taught you a lesson. See, when you talk about women and when you try to tell the truth, see, I don't care about a women's group because they can't do nothing. And if any of them come at me, I'm going to tell them what they can go do with themselves. Okay, but you, on the other hand, see, you gotta tap dance to a different tune. You got to wear just the right pair of tap shoes so they can understand where you coming from. Oh, and they know where you coming from now. They know exactly where you're coming from. And you're trying to appease those people. You're trying to appease them, and you're trying to get back into good graces because your boss wants you to, because you don't have creative control over what you say. Seems like Max Kellerman kind of got an idea. And maybe Max is just so green on this show that he really just too honest. But if I'm a black athlete, I would never interview with Stephen A. Smith. I just wouldn't. Okay, what you mean he needed to apologize? He didn't need to apologize, okay? He said what he said. See, the problem is society don't understand how to deal with young black boys. And I'll just say boys in general. Because, come on, I know some of y'all are dads. You're a daddy at home. And you dare not have your son go out there and get beat by a girl in something that, he's like, if it's football, would you literally, okay, if your son had to be an offensive tackle and if there's another girl fighting for the same position, would you really sit there and let your son get beat? And I'm not saying that the girl ain't strong. I'm just saying, testosterone. The testosterone, it makes a difference. And therefore, men are going to be the dominant species when it comes to certain things. That's just the way it is. Are you going to tell your son, oh, it's okay, be fair to that girl? I'm just saying. I'm speaking like a dad with his son. And the average alpha male dad, he's not going for that. He's not going to go for that. And Jameis Winston, what he was saying to these boys is, look, y'all do stop acting like a bunch of little punks. These girls are showing y'all up. That's exactly what he meant by it. He didn't mean anything malicious by it. He meant, look, you boys are acting like a bunch of sissies. That's what he said. Y'all stand up and get loud. Stop letting these girls outdo y'all. That don't mean nothing. Look, I do that in my gym. I'm going to tell you something. You let a girl get in there, and I'm being honest. And, I had a little lazy boy the other day, man. He going to come in there, and so, a girl put 135 pounds on the bar, and she started lifting it, and he put 135 pounds on the bar, and he going to try to do one rep. I went over there and punched him in the chest. I said, man, you going to let her outdo you? I said, are you going to let her outdo you? I said, man, look, if you ain't going to even try and let this girl out, look, man, don't come back. So he went in there and pounded it out 20 times. I mean, it's more motivation, man. No, I'm not against girls being strong because the majority of the athletes that I coach, they're girls. They just are. They're girls. I'll say 60% of the athletes that I coach are girls. So I definitely try to teach these women about these girls how to be in power. That's cool. But I'm a male, and I feel like I'm an alpha one. And I'm definitely not finna get out there and sit back and no. It's not gonna happen. Okay, sorry. That's just how it is. Okay? And I'm gonna do my best. I ain't saying girls can't do it, they can't get it done. I ain't saying that, okay? And I ain't saying that these young girls can't beat boys in certain things. I ain't saying that either. But what I'm saying is, see, Jameis Winston got the right idea. We got to get to these boys. It's too many of these young boys, man, that's sitting up under their mama all day. It's too many of these young boys got on skinny jeans. It's too many of these young boys that's smacking women around, that's smacking girls. It's too many of them doing this. And we need real men, real grown men to get in there and tell these boys this is how it is. So you need a real man. And most of the people that he's speaking to, most of the black boys, they're in single parent homes. They ain't really had nobody keep it real with them and say, you're not supposed to be a punk. Stand up like a boy or stand up like a man. It's what you got to do. Let's finish listening to the rest of this clip, and let me finish giving my whatever on this.
Do I think he needs to be vilified and excoriated for this? No, because I think his heart was in the right place. He went there to speak to elementary school kids about the things that they need to do. Unfortunately, those poor choice of words, while he may not need to be vilified, his words do. They need to be.
So if he don't need to be vilified, then why do his words need to be? Do y'all see where I'm going with this? So basically, you're still saying he needs to be vilified, you idiot. Oh, wait a minute. He needs to be made an example out of, just like you. That's what you said. See, you can't speak in code words to me, Stephen A. Smith. I know you like the back of my hand, okay? So yeah, he needs to be made an example out of because you were. That's exactly what you're trying to say. So listen, if I'm Jameis Winston, I would never interview with this dude. I would never, ever, ever interview with Stephen A. Smith. This dude is a joke, man. He's a joke, and he's not a journalist anymore, man. He's not a journalist. He's a puppet. Stephen A. Smith is a puppet, and he's going to continue to be a puppet for the rest of his days on earth. He's going to be a puppet, okay? And when ESPN, when they finally fire you, because, see, you're going to run out. Your life expectancy on ESPN is going to run out. Okay, they're going to have no more use for you, and they're going to get somebody else in there who probably not afraid to keep it real. They're going to put somebody else in there. They're going to get you out of there. Guaranteed, mark my words. You're going to get fired, and I hope you do. I really hope you do, because now karma is real. Karma is so real. But I'm done with this. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. Subscribe.